So, tonight I just want to talk about something that happened to me in September that's really been bothering me. And I feel like I really need to talk about it and get it out because I feel like it's been affecting me and I need to process it and talk about it. So, in September, I was late on rent, and I have been late on rent for the past year because I haven't been able to really get caught up with my finances because I'm constantly late on rent, and with all of the late fees and everything else that they topple on top of it, I just haven't been able to catch up. And my cat needed to go to the vet, and that costed about $500. And do not get me wrong, I love my cat, and if he needed to do it, if he needed to go to the vet, I would drop everything that's going on and take him there, you know. But it did set me behind quite a bit, and unfortunately, I was really late on rent for last month, and I requested to take money out of my 401k through my work, and they rejected it because they said that a document was missing when I mailed it in, and so they said that it was missing page number two. Well, there's multiple page number twos. Like there's page two of one, page two of five, page two of three. I didn't know which page that they were missing, so I just printed out the entire form and just filled it out and resent it. And by this time, my printer had broke. It wasn't printing anymore, so I couldn't. The way that I had to do it was I took it to UPS. I had it on a flash drive, and I filled out the form online through a PDF filler, and I wasn't able to put a signature on it. And I went to UPS to fax it over to them. And when they got the documents, I called in to check on the status of it, and then they told me that, oh, this is missing a signature. We can't take this. And so by this time I'm furious because like I have gone through so much trouble trying to get these documents over to the company. The first document that I sent in had my signature all over it, and then the second document that they asked for, I sent the whole form in because I didn't know which page that they were missing, because there's a multiple ones, and so it was very frustrating. And they rejected the hardship withdrawal request, and by this point, I'm absolutely panicking because I know that I'm going to lose my apartment. My apartment manager is going to take me to court. This was like coming up into the last week of September, and if I hadn't gotten my rent paid by the end of that week, I probably would have been taken to court. And once that happens, it goes on your record as a renter, and I would never be able to rent another apartment again. And it's scary because, I'm not married. I don't have a spouse. I don't have a partner or parents who I can stay with. I don't have anybody who could co-sign with me again. So if I was to get evicted, I would be on the streets. So that was on my mind, and I kept thinking that this is terrible, that I'm going to lose everything I have. And I was rushing about trying to figure out where I was going to put my stuff, where I was going to go. It was really stressful, and I was on high alert, and I had lots of anxiety attacks, and it was really, really stressful. And thankfully, my 401k company was able to let me take out a loan instead of a hardship withdrawal because I didn't have time to submit another form and print a bunch of documents out again. So I had called them on the phone, and I asked their manager because, at this point, it was a do or die stage. Like, I didn't know what else to do. So they were able to get, they were able to allow me to take out a loan, and I was able to get my rent taken care of then. And after that happened, I have not felt the same. I've been having lots of panic attacks. I constantly feel like I'm in fight or flight 24/7. I can't sleep at night. I wake up every night around 3 o'clock in the morning with my feet sweating and my heart racing, pounding out of my chest. Um, I feel panicky all the time. I feel like I'm on high alert. I don't feel safe. Even though my rent's taken care of now and I was able to kind of get back on track, I still don't feel safe, and I feel like I'm just waiting for the next crisis to happen. And every time I buy groceries or I pay a bill, I feel like I'm really panicking because every time I think about spending money or having to pay something, it like brings back those feelings of helplessness and fear that I felt when I was struggling last month. And it's really been scaring me. Um, I've been having a really, really rough time with it. And I think the most stressful part for me when I was going through this hardship, it wasn't just the fact that I was at risk of eviction, although that was very scary. I'm not going to deny that. But what was the most painful for me was going through it alone. That was in everything that I was feeling in those days when I was really scared and struggling and scrambling, trying to get it taken care of. What I really wanted was just for somebody to just sit with me, to just sit with me on the couch, hold my hand, watch TV with me, just tell me that things were going to be okay and that I wasn't alone in what I was feeling. That's what I wanted more than anything. I just wanted to feel like a human. I just wanted somebody to just sit with me and just let me feel safe and to know that I'm not alone. That's what I really really wanted, and I feel like I didn't really get that. And maybe it's because when I'm hurting or going through something, I don't really like to reach out to people. I don't really like to tell people what's going on because I don't like to bother people. And I know that seems kind of counterintuitive, but that's just who I am. I'm not the kind of person who really, talks to people when something's bothering me. I tend to kind of just hold everything in until I explode. And I feel like I've just had a complete breakdown and I just haven't felt the same. Like, I'm having so many panic attacks you wouldn't believe, and I've become a bit agoraphobic. I'm scared to leave my apartment. Every time I walk outside my apartment, I feel anxious and I'm scared I'm gonna have another panic attack. And it's like I can't leave my apartment anymore. Like, I physically cannot leave my apartment anymore. And it's been really, really bad. And it doesn't help that I work from home and that I don't have to leave my home. Um, I get groceries delivered. My apartment has doorstep pickup, so technically I don't have to leave my apartment, and that's not good because it's of course allowing it's kind of enabling me to kind of accept my fear and give into it, but it's so severe that I don't even want to test the water. Like a week and a half ago, I went for a walk around my apartment and I had a really, really bad panic attack and my heart started pounding and I raced back to my apartment. And I haven't attempted to do that again. And it's been really hard. Um, and I don't really know what to do. Um, I want to talk to somebody, but I can't really afford to see a therapist. And even if I could afford to see a therapist, there's no way that I'm leaving my apartment because I can't I can't leave my home. I can't. It brings me too much panic. And I feel like I just don't know what to do. I feel stuck. And it just feels like there's just so much that keeps going wrong. Like, constantly struggling with money, constantly being afraid I'm going to lose my apartment or have my lights cut off or not be able to afford food, constantly worried about not being able to take care of my cat or not being able to do certain things, and constantly feeling like a bad person because I'm constantly late on paying rent, and just the guilt and shame of just feeling like a complete failure. It's really been getting to me, and I feel like I'm coming really close to a nervous breakdown. I feel like I'm already in a nervous breakdown, and I've been contemplating taking myself to um, a mental hospital several times in the past month. Like, I've honestly thought about just calling non-emergency and telling them that I don't feel safe, and seeing if they can get me help. Like, I've almost done that in the past couple of weeks, and I don't know what to do. And it's my family doesn't really understand because like I know that my family loves me, but like they don't really understand how bad this is for me. Like, when they hear me talk about, oh, I'm having a panic attack, or oh, I feel like my heart's racing, or oh, I don't feel safe, I feel lonely, they more or less kind of just think that, oh, she's Jessica's just being kind of anxious again, or it's just anxiety. And I know it's anxiety, but I feel like my family see me anxious for so many years that it doesn't seem as bad to them as it feels to me. And so it's hard for me to kind of, explain to them how terrible I feel, because in their eyes, it's just me being old anxious Jess. But this feels really different. Like, I can't leave my apartment, and I don't know what to do. Like, I feel really stuck, and I feel like I don't really have any support, and I just don't know what to do. So I don't know what to do. I feel like whatever it is that I'm going through, I feel like it just keeps getting worse, and I feel like it's not really getting better, and I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm hanging on by it. I feel like I'm hanging on by a literal thread, and I just don't know what to do. I feel really, really alone. I just want somebody to hold me and tell